Hi there. I am going to review the Leaf Hepa Mask today, and I'm going to review a couple of things: the item itself and how it works for me, and also my experience with their customer service, because I think it's really important to factor that in when you're thinking about purchasing this item. First, I want to say that there are a few, really decent things about this. And some of the one of those things that is that this mask is FDA registered. The filters they use are 99.97% efficient, and the body is certified antimicrobial. So the silicone that they use is food grade. I mean, there are a lot of good things where design is concerned with this, but I think were some things that went wrong as well that you should probably know, because it's not a cheap mask. It's not super expensive, but once you get into the nitty-gritty of, ordering the filters and all of the extras, it does become expensive. And so that factors in, because you will not be able to return this most likely if you can get your hands on one at all. And let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the mask itself. It fits, but it doesn't. So you can see I have a very oval face, and I think that this mask is actually made for someone with a more square face. You can see kind of a square jaw situation going on right here. That's great for probably, 75% of the populace, but for those who don't have faces that are shaped like that, it doesn't quite work for us. So as I put this on, I'm going to let you know that it's going to become muffled, right? So you'll have to listen a little bit harder. But also, I want to show you that I can't really put this on in any decent way and still have my glasses on. So that's the first point that I want to make. It was a little bit of an error in how they designed this, because the body is so stiff and it is so, it's so far up the bridge of my nose that it doesn't allow for wearing glasses comfortably, right? They can sit there, but I'm not really going to be able to read or view things comfortably the way that they're sitting. So just keep that in mind. If you're a glasses wearer like 100% of the time, this is probably not the mask for you. So I'm hearing a little bit of whistling as I'm breathing in and breathing out, and I think that's due to the fact that these little exhaust places right here are butting up against my cheeks. So again, a little bit of a design flaw. I'm not sure exactly how this is supposed to work efficiently when these filters are leaning right against my cheeks. When I place this up against my nose and mouth and I apply the headband, the ear bands, it doesn't sit tightly, and it doesn't matter how much I pull this, it's still, I'm pulling it way back, as you can see, way back. There's still airflow where there shouldn't be. It's happening under my chin because, again, I said I'm not a square chin person, so there's a lot of airflow sneaking out under my chin. Also, there's airflow sneaking out above my nose. So you can see my hair blowing around. It's not easy to breathe in because of how my chin is located here and how it butts up against the HEPA filter. So it's really, really not easy to breathe in. It's not easy to breathe out. There's air getting in places it shouldn't. And what I like about it is that it's transparent and you can see my mouth moving. And for business meetings, for me, that's kind of critical, because people, can't see my mouth with other masks on, and they don't know what I'm saying. And so I feel like if they can see my mouth, they probably can better tell what I'm trying to say to them. So that was important to me, and that was the reason that I bought it. But it just is not working out. And at $150, now the item itself was 50-something, but the extras, right? I purchased extra this and extra that, filters and such. It came to $150 with shipping, and I don't think that that's any small change. So just beware, because the product doesn't quite do the job I expected it to do the way I wanted it to do it. I am, because of the money I spent on it, going to try to modify it myself with some memory foam. I'm going to kind of stick it up here where the bridge of the nose is and down here where the square chin is to try to stop some of that airflow so that I feel safer about wearing it. I'm not sure what to do about the the not being able to breathe very well in it, but we'll see. The other part of this review I wanted you to know about was the customer service part. So I supported Leaf when they were in production through Indiegogo. I was one of their backers, as so many people were, and I, purchased 2 perks, what are called perks through Indiegogo, that were 2 of their pro masks, which are, have fans, and so they're much fancier than this, and they're much more expensive. I think, in total I spent $400 or something. I never did receive the perks. Now, with Indiegogo, you take your chances. The company that you're supporting could go out of business and not be able to, supply your perks, and that's totally understandable. But when a company like this company is selling their masks on their website, but not fulfilling their perks through Indiegogo, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. So I've been going back and forth with Indiegogo and this company trying to get somebody to answer the question, are you going to fulfill perks? I did this in August. They told us it would be September, October, November, December, January, February. We keep getting like monthly emails, or we did. They've stopped now, saying we're going to get these out to you. I think that somebody received their perks somewhere. I just simply did not. And so what I did was I went to their site and I purchased 1 mask through their site, the least expensive one. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I wanted to see if they would actually send me a mask because I hadn't been successful with the perks. Knowing that I could always dispute this with my bank if they didn't supply the merchandise. So that's exactly what happened. After a month of waiting, and I have heard from other reviewers that they take about a month to get their product out, I waited a month, and they still hadn't shipped it. They hadn't even bothered to ship it. So they were sending me email messages one after another. Every time I would send an email to them saying, could you tell me, where I am in the shipping queue, what's going on? They would send me a form email, same wording every time. So sorry to hear you haven't received it. Let me get in touch with the shipping department. That went on for a couple or a few emails, and then finally I said, look, I don't think this is ever coming. What's going on over there? Could you can you send me something other than the form email? And I received a different email that was a form email, and I knew that because it was February, and the email was stating that all masks were being sent out in January. Don't worry, you're going to get yours in January. It was at that time that I gave up. It had been a month. I hadn't received any personal communication. And so I contacted my bank and I filed a dispute with them, thinking that would be it. My money would be refunded and that would, be the end of it. And then 2 weeks later, I received this in the mail. So it took that much for me to actually get the merchandise. I feel like this is really important for people to know. Before you go seeking this out, make sure that you understand there is no customer service. If you decide to order this item and you want to cancel your order, there is no way to do that. There are no instructions on their website about how to use it either. So if you want to figure out how, for instance, to put in these filters, these exhaust filters, you have to go and search out YouTube, instructional videos for that. How to, insert a new HEPA filter, you got to do a search for an instructional video on YouTube, but you won't find it on their website. So anyway, I know this has been a pretty long review, but that is it. Kind of surprised that I got one and not at all happy with my purchase. Not something that I would do again. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.